I generally find that people have one of three concerns. The first, the apocalypse. AI is going to come, completely annihilate everything, take all our jobs. Or secondly, the singularity, that AI is so powerful that we won't be able to control it one day. It'll exceed human intelligence. Or the 1%, that the AI right now as it's being built is being held in the few instead of the 99%. What about you, Christina?
Yes, that sense that humans will become redundant or that the world will somehow come to an end as a result of AI are themes the media have definitely picked up on. But I think we're starting to see other trends also. So the lack of privacy, AI eroding our notions of data privacy and doing things with data that we didn't consent to. Lack of transparency, that true scary AI doesn't really explain itself, or the stupidity, that AI is really quite stupid now and can lead to an embarrassing public relations incident or worse, do something that's discriminatory.
That's very true. It really seems that those are kind of the issues that the media is really covering these days. Do you think that part of this fever pitch that's developing around AI is because AI right now is this disembodied, faceless, non-human thing?
Definitely. And the response seems to be that the best way to combat these concerns is to insert ethics somewhere, somehow. The underlying assumption, of course, is that humans are fundamentally ethical.
Okay, so this is really interesting. So are you trying to say that you don't think that humans are inherently ethical beings?
I realise it might seem provocative or controversial, but let me just point out that our own value systems and ethics have not to date actually managed to eliminate ethical dilemmas, even before we start to implement AI. So I don't think we're going to be better at ethics just because we've developed more sophisticated technology. And some of the problems that we're identifying as being new ethical problems are actually very similar to issues that we've been addressing for decades. There's a lot of talk, for example, about autonomous vehicles and liability issues around death or injury, and yet we've had autopilots in planes and automatic drivers in trains for decades.
That's interesting. So I think if I build on that, I think what you're generally saying is ethics is merely just one tool in a company's strategy. It's not going to be the silver bullet. So for example, let's take the issue around the 1%, which is the concern around the power of the few holding controlling the AI. Now, will ethics solve that alone? We can create value statements, you can motivate and try to change behavior, but where is that going to lead? Is it just about we want to be more inclusive and more diverse, or how do you create action plans around it?
Right. Essentially what you're asking is, how do you move from the big questions, by which we mean the ethical questions, into creating an environment in which the technology can flourish? If you think about it in enterprise terms, ethical questions are addressed through the core values of an organization. But just because you have core values doesn't make you ethical. To move from values into an ethical organization, we need the right framework and a key ingredient. That framework can be manifested in a number of ways, including through governance, programs, policies, codes of conduct. But only with the right leadership can we get to the position of having deployed responsible AI.